Did you know that nearly half of all fires are started intentionally? That's right. Arson is a major threat to our communities, but how do investigators crack these cases? Today we dive deep into the world of fire investigation to reveal the techniques that bring arsonists to justice. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're exploring the fascinating and dangerous world of arson investigation. When a fire breaks out, it leaves behind more than just ashes. It leaves clues, if you know where to look. Join us as we uncover how dedicated experts solve the mysteries behind these threatening fires and bring those responsible to justice. Solving an arson case isn't like solving a typical crime. Fires destroy evidence, making it incredibly challenging for investigators. They face a maze of charred remains, melted materials, and distorted structures. The question is, how do they piece together the puzzle? Investigators must sift through debris, analyze burn patterns, and even consider the psychology of the arsonist. Each case presents unique hurdles that require a combination of science, intuition, and experience. Arson statistics are alarming. In the past year alone, the National Fire Protection Association reported over 16,000 intentional fires, causing $800 million in property damage. Residential properties are the most common targets, followed by vehicles and industrial sites. That means our homes and cars are the most at risk. These fires not only result in financial loss, but also pose severe threats to lives and communities. Let's break down some of the key investigative techniques. The investigative process. First, there's forensic analysis. Investigators collect samples from the fire scene, looking for traces of accelerants or other chemicals that might indicate arson. Next, they examine fire patterns. The way a fire burns can tell a story. It shows the origin and path of the flames, helping to pinpoint where and how the fire started. Witness interviews are another crucial element. Eyewitnesses can provide valuable information about suspicious activities before or during the fire. Surveillance footage can also offer critical insights, capturing moments that might have gone unnoticed. One of the most fascinating techniques is fire modeling. Using computer simulations, investigators can recreate the fire's behavior, giving them a clearer picture of the event. Fire modeling involves creating a digital replica of the fire scene and simulating the fire's progression. This helps investigators understand how the fire spread, identify the point of origin, and determine whether any accelerants were used. These models are incredibly detailed and can factor in variables such as wind direction, fuel loads, and building materials. By comparing the model with the actual damage, investigators can confirm or refute their hypotheses about how the fire started and developed. And let's not forget about the role of canine units. Specially trained dogs can sniff out accelerants, leading investigators to key pieces of evidence. These dogs undergo rigorous training to distinguish between different scents and pinpoint the presence of accelerants with incredible accuracy. The training process involves exposure to various chemicals and controlled fire scenarios, ensuring that the dogs can identify even minute traces of accelerants. Canine units are a vital asset in arson investigations because they can quickly and efficiently search large areas, making them far more effective than human investigators alone. How accurate are these canine units? Studies have shown that arson detection dogs have an accuracy rate of around 90%. Their keen sense of smell allows them to detect accelerants at parts per billion, far surpassing the capabilities of any human or machine. One notable example of their success occurred in the case of the California wildfire arsonist.
A man named as a person of interest in a deadly California mountain wildfire is due in court Thursday. 37-year-old Raymond Euler has not been charged with the blaze that killed 5 firefighters last week, but he is in custody on charges of setting 2 wildfires this past summer.
In 2006, a series of wildfires ravaged large areas of forest land in Southern California, particularly in San Bernardino County, killing 5 firefighters. Traditional methods were struggling to pinpoint the cause due to the vastness of the area. K9 units were brought in, and within hours they identified multiple points of origin with traces of the accelerants. This crucial evidence led to the arrest of Raymond Lee Euler, a local mechanic with a history of setting fires. Euler set the fires out of a combination of thrill-seeking and a desire to create chaos. He was found guilty and sentenced to death due to the fatalities from his actions. The dog's ability to detect accelerants in such a challenging environment was instrumental in solving the case and preventing further destruction. So while forensic analysis and fire modeling provide the scientific backbone of arson investigation, the contributions of K9 units offer a practical and highly effective means of gathering evidence on the ground. Together, these techniques form a comprehensive approach to uncovering the truth behind threatening fires and ensuring that justice is served. Psychology of an arsonist. To truly understand arson, we must delve into the mind of the arsonist. What motivates someone to set a fire deliberately? This is where forensic psychology comes into play. By analyzing the behavior and psychological profiles of known arsonists, investigators can identify patterns and potential motives, which can be crucial in both solving cases and preventing future incidents. Studies have shown that arsonists often fall into specific psychological categories. According to the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit, there are several common motives for arson. Revenge. Many arsonists set fires as an act of vengeance, targeting individuals, organizations, or institutions they believe have wronged them. Excitement. Some arsonists are thrill seekers, setting fires for the adrenaline rush and the excitement of watching the destruction unfold. Profit. Financial gain can also be a motivator. This includes insurance fraud or eliminating competition. Crime concealment. Arson can be used to cover up other crimes, such as burglary or murder. Vandalism. Often committed by younger individuals, vandalism-related arson is about causing destruction for the sake of it. Attention-seeking. Some individuals, particularly those with certain personality disorders, may start fires to gain attention or sympathy. A deeper dive into the psychology of arsonists reveals several common traits. Many arsonists have a history of mental health issues, including personality disorders, conduct disorders, and in some cases, psychosis. Research from the Journal of Forensic Sciences indicates that approximately 50% of all arsonists have been diagnosed with some form of mental illness. This connection suggests that psychological evaluation and treatment can be critical components in preventing repeat offenses. The firebug, the fireman turned fire starter. One detailed case study that stands out is that of the arsonist known as the firebug, responsible for a series of fires in the 1980s and 1990s in Southern California. The individual, John Leonard Orr, was a fire captain and arson investigator who set fires to satisfy his need for control and excitement. Orr's fires caused significant destruction and even resulted in fatalities, such as the 1984 South Pasadena hardware store fire, which killed 4 people. His method was sophisticated, using simple incendiary devices made from cigarettes, rubber bands, and matches, ensuring delayed ignition and reducing the risk of getting caught. Orr's psychological profile was complex. He had a history of childhood trauma, including neglect and abuse, which manifested in a deep-seated need for control and power. Setting fires gave him a sense of control over his environment, which he felt was otherwise lacking in his life. His position as an arson investigator provided him with the perfect cover and an intimate understanding of fire behavior, which he used to evade suspicion for many years. Early warning signs. The study of fire-setting behavior often highlights early warning signs. Many arsonists start with less destructive behaviors, such as playing with matches or small fires during childhood. This escalation is a critical element for forensic psychologists, law enforcement, and even parents to monitor. Recognizing these signs early can lead to interventions that prevent more serious criminal behavior and even save lives in the long run. Profiling arsonists also involves understanding their behavioral patterns. For instance, serial arsonists often follow a cooling-off period between fires, similar to serial killers. This period can vary widely, but understanding it helps investigators predict future actions and prevent additional incidents. Psychological analysis can also aid in narrowing down suspects by identifying likely profiles based on the type of arson committed and the context in which it occurred. The psychology of an arsonist is a complex but crucial aspect of fire investigation. By studying the mental and emotional drivers behind this destructive behavior, investigators can not only solve cases more efficiently, but also work towards preventing them. The interplay between forensic psychology and fire investigation creates a more comprehensive approach to tackling this serious crime. The Capay Valley Arsonist. Let's dive into a detailed true-life example. In Capay Valley, California, a series of mysterious fires plagued the community for months in 2006. Homes, cars, and even local businesses were targeted, creating widespread fear and causing insurance rates to skyrocket. The breakthrough came when Cal Fire investigators, using surveillance footage and forensic analysis, identified a pattern. The arsonist had a specific method, using household items to create incendiary devices with a time delay, making detection difficult. Forensic analysis revealed traces of a unique coil device that burned slowly and rarely left a trace. Interviews with locals led to Bob Eason Jr., a local volunteer firefighter who had recently faced personal and professional setbacks. Eason had been seen near several fire scenes at suspicious times, and a tracker placed on his car showed he was near a fire site shortly before it started. Fire modeling confirmed the pattern of Eason's activities. The meticulous work of Cal Fire investigators, combined with the unique accelerant traces and surveillance data, led to the arrest and conviction of Eason. He was found guilty of starting numerous fires over an 18-year period, bringing much-needed relief to the community. Prevention tips. So what can you do to protect yourself, your family, and even your business? Install fire alarms and sprinklers. Ensure your home or business is equipped with working fire alarms and, if possible, a sprinkler system. Secure flammable materials. Store flammable materials in safe, secure locations away from potential ignition sources. Surveillance systems. Consider installing security cameras to monitor your property. Community vigilance. Be aware of suspicious behavior in your neighborhood and report it to the authorities. Fire safety plan. Have an emergency fire safety plan in place and ensure all family members are familiar with it. Teach it to your children so they know exactly what to do. Arson investigation is a complex, multifaceted process that requires a blend of science, technology, and human intuition. From forensic analysis and fire pattern recognition to witness interviews and fire modeling, each technique plays a vital role in solving these dangerous crimes. The work of fire investigators is crucial for public safety, ensuring that arsonists are brought to justice and our communities are protected. What are your thoughts on the techniques used in arson investigations? Have you heard of any other fascinating methods? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more videos on crime-solving techniques. Stay informed, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.